we're here. Just wanted to pop on and talk some news tonight. Non-political news. Well, kind of. Not Democratic political news, but I got some tabs. I've got 6 or 7 tabs open of news that I just thought was entertaining for the night. So we're just going to pop through some of that stuff and yeah. All right. Okay. So let's go to this first one, because this one just, I was sitting here reading this and it still doesn't make sense to me. Feds announce funding for push for ropeless fishing gear that spares rare whales. Okay, I understand trying to save rare whales. There's less than 360 of them, and they face extinction threats because of the entanglement of fishing gear. Okay, I get it. Committing $10 million to it, with $7 million going to support the development of ropeless gear. Can somebody explain to me how that works? Ropeless fishing gear. I froze up. I'm back. Story of my life. Ropeless fishing gear. I need to know how that works. Magnets. Yeah, magnets is pretty much the only thing I can come up with. Which, hey, might work. I don't know. Just kind of blows my mind. $10 million seems like a lot of money to test the theory when you can get a 5-gallon bucket, and test it. See if it works at all. But, again. Okay. There's that one. Just blows my mind tonight. So. A new setback is Boeing jet. U.S. requires inspection of pilot seats on 787s. Well, Boeing having a safety setback does not surprise me. They'll have to, the FAA will have to, because they're cracked caps, which are used to move how the seats move. Okay. Because during a flight in Chile in March, a captain's seat moved forward and hit a switch that disconnected the autopilot system. Dropped about 400 feet before the co-pilot regained control. Several dozens of passengers were injured. There you go. That's just wild. In Mississippi, discovery of an elephant fossil from the Ice Age provides a window into the past. Fossil hunter Eddie Templeton was out exploring Mississippi when he came across a remarkable find on a steep embankment. It appeared to be part of an Ice Age elephant tusk. The fossil was intact and an extremely rare find for the state of Mississippi. I guess. I mean, anytime you could find a fossil that old still intact is quite the story. I mean, let's be real. We've ruined a lot of things with bulldozers. That's just the fact. We have. I mean, I don't know. I don't even want to get into how many things we've possibly ruined. We've ruined a lot. So, to find anything that has been that old is pretty cool. What else we got here? I told I wanted to bring me a story up, and then it brings me a page full of news. Okay, we're closing out of it. One more pop-up, I'm pretty sure. God. Okay, this is the story I was looking for. Four children on the age of 15 were shot. One critically wounded as they were found to be driving a stolen car in Minneapolis over the weekend. Police chief said during a press conference, active spotter Note of 911. There were 5 children in the car, 4 who had gunshots, 2 boys, 2 girls, all between just the ages of 11 and 14. O'Hara said one of the girls was shot in the head. Was critical but stable. The 5th child in the car was uninjured, but was detained from the scene. Okay. Wow. I think that warrants an investigation. Yeah, you might be, Kat. I didn't mark it out too far, but there's 3 eyeballs up there on the screen, so I don't know if you're the only one there or not. I can't get behind shooting people like that. I just can't. I don't understand it. Because people aren't replaceable. Cars are. Sorry, not sorry. I read a story the other day that like there's 300 to 400 cars in the free rivers of Pittsburgh. Because they were talking about dredging the river and having to, what all they need to be brought up before they dredge the river to make it flow better. And there was a study done, and there's like 400, whatever it is, 200, 300, 400 cars. Plus, who knows how many bicycles and this, that, and the other. It is just ridiculous, the things that they're all replaceable. But shooting at kids, yeah, I got it. They stole a car. But, oh, God. Anyways, off the soapbox. Well, at least on that one. U.S. government concluded that the Iranian government was behind the hack and leak operation of Donald Trump's campaign. Yeah, that's always scary. Flash floods in Connecticut. The governor there has declared a state of emergency. 2 people were dead. That's not good. Some rainfall in some areas was a 1,000-year storm. That is just, wow, there's a picture there. Like that house is gone. Floating away. That's just wild. Okay. The European Space Agency will slingshot an aircraft around Earth today on its way to Jupiter. It was launched in April of 2023, conduct the flyby of the moon and Earth in succession, and then do the double gravity assist mover and slingshot it, allowing Earth's gravity to be put the brakes on the current trajectory to set it on track to arrive. It's set to arrive July 2031. So, don't hold your breath for pictures back yet, folks. Wow. Here's another fun fact that wasn't on my radar, but I just seen it here. A gold bar is now worth $1 million. The standard, I don't know what the standard size is, but they're worth $1 million. Those big, the ones you see in the movies. Cat. This is long-term planned. Those astronauts will be back. They're sending up a SpaceX, I think is what I heard. It's all good. Here's another fun stat for it. Cat will get a kick out of this one. Big glass of water. $3.6 million babies were born in the U.S. Were born in the U.S. last year. That's about 70,000 less than the year before. That's interesting. 70,000 less babies. That's a lot of less babies. For those of you who haven't heard, George Santos accepted a plea deal in which he'll serve a minimum of 2 years in prison and stipulated to pay roughly a little under $400,000. So I'm sure by the time it's all said and done, tax, title, and license will be roughly about $400,000. So, that just makes my head hurt. But that's okay, because that's what my head is supposed to do. Hurt. I mean, honestly, that is kind of what happens when you lie to your voters, the American people, everyone. I don't know if that's enough, honestly, but it's something. More than I was expecting. So, I guess I should shut up and be happy with that. Because some days, it's hard to, political systems are. What about the raccoon army I told you about? Well, hey, I'm all for the raccoon army evading. Okay, what about the raccoons that people feed on their back porch? Have you seen those on TikTok or YouTube or wherever the hell my wife shows me these videos from? People feeding them cat food and having them up on their back porch, and some are petting them and all this other. I just can't. Maybe it's because I grew up in the country, and I know raccoons are only good for one thing: tearing up your garbage, making a huge mess. And here's the other thing. Here's the other thing about this, folks. You feed a raccoon once, right? Guess what? It's going to come back. It's going to come back. It's going to come back. And if it doesn't find food, or you're not out there throwing it food, guess what it's going to do? It's going to tear some shit up. It's going to cause some serious damage. So just keep that in mind. While they seem soft and cuddly until they come back with rabies and bite you, which is I think it's a 20-course shot treatment now. I don't know. It's a lot, just for the record. If you want to get rabies, I mean, knock yourself out. Oh yes, Cat, they would. They would do that. They are not the cute little lovable cats that people think they are. Just not. Maybe it's just the country raccoons. Maybe the city raccoons are better. Maybe we should spend some money studying that. Or city raccoons better behaved than country raccoons. I mean, I think I should file that as a research project immediately and see if I can get some federal government funding. I probably could. I don't know how I measure that. Has to be a quantifying way to measure that. I need some more time. Okay. He's allowed to do that. Doesn't mean they're... I don't know. I mean, I guess it's weird that I have rats in my house too, so I guess I can't judge too much, but I always worried about when you bring in wild animals to your environment. And, hey, Sights on 18 Wheels, good to see you. Just rambling about some news tonight, not quite fully back up to, I'm getting better though. I guess we could talk about that for a second. Been battling for a number of years. Is it going on 5 years now? Yeah, that's ridiculous. But obviously I'm up again, and so I'm going to be trying to jumping in and doing these news updates a little bit more often. Hopefully at least maybe once a week, maybe twice a week. I don't know. We'll see. And then we'll see where everything goes from there. So, also hello to the folks that I can't see. It's good to see you. It's good to be seen. Here's the other one. Here's the last story I have of the day. And then if you guys have some questions, I'll obviously gladly take those or comments or whatever that may be. So we'll do that here in a second. But let's talk about this next story. Last story. FTC bid to ban non-compete agreements rejected by federal judge in Texas. I disagree. We should get rid of non-compete agreements. I said it, and I mean it. Because honestly, what used to be proprietary information, right? I don't think the person who knows the Coke secret formula Diet caffeine Coke. Diet caffeine-free Coke. Oh, wait, that's water. Nevertheless, I don't think the people that know that agree. I mean, like I said, the internet is free. I've been saying this for a long time. Your proprietary secrets are only as good as the people that hold them. And honestly, like, okay. Well, some people. Here's the thing. What stops them from posting that on Reddit or any of these other sites? I'm just thinking Reddit because that's where kind of things always seem to end up. I've been spending a little bit more time there. Just kind of reading, lurking in the shadows, seeing what people say about me. Just kidding. Nobody talks about me over there because you know why? Nobody cares. That's okay. I'd rather live that life. But non-compete, I don't see it. I just don't see it anymore. Maybe back in the day when you actually had something and it wasn't, you could walk across the street to Chevrolet from Ford and say, hey, they're making this Mustang. And I got these drawings for you. I don't know. I just think here's the thing. This is going to get me in some trouble. Because it seems like people know me, know that I'm on both sides of the political spectrum, right? But if you believe in the free market and everything like that, if you take that basket to its end, the free market, deregulated, all this other stuff, non-competes don't exist. I don't know. That's how I feel about it. Maybe somebody someday will convince me otherwise, but as of this moment, August 20th, 2024, just not happening. Okay. So that's all the news that I had. Like I said, I didn't want to talk about the conventions and the political race. That's just a hot mess. We're not going to go there. Because you know why? I heard presidential historian Doris Kearns Goodwin on the Daily Show podcast with Jon Stewart. And it's probably been a couple weeks ago now. I just was scrolling looking for a podcast and I seen her name. And she's one of my favorite authors. So I said, oh, she's pretty good too. She said presidential campaigns up until like the late 40s, early 50s did not start until Labor Day. Let me say that again. Presidential campaigns did not start until Labor Day. There were no primaries. The political bosses, in the Democratic Party and the Democratic Party and the Republican Party picked the candidates and they started campaigning on Labor Day. Labor Day. We have been in this presidential campaign since the day after the election last year. We are all, even Kat from Canada, is tired of our election cycle. You know how I know? Because I am. There's that. What other things do I want to tell you? Oh, well, since today is August 20th, I guess that makes next week August 27th. And those who know. And if you don't, I'll tell you. It's my birthday. And, you know, it's a milestone birthday. I really don't care. Right? I'm going to wake up and the same person I am the day before and the day after. It's not going to rattle me. But for those people who care, this will be my last show in my 30s. There you go. So you send your $40 donations to... No. No. I mean, if you want to, hey, I'll take it. I've got a lot of expenses coming up that are show-related and advocacy-related that, hey, I'm not going to say, hey, put a gun to your head and say, do this, do that. No, just not going to do that. Anything else, Kat, I'm missing before I hop off? Yeah, Man, I've been feeling it for the last 5 years, so I don't know. Maybe my 40s will be better than the last half of my 30s. If not, we're all in trouble. Good to see everybody out tonight. Like I said, hopefully, kind of got derailed in my build back plan, but you know, some days that happens. So, good to have Kat around too, by the way. I know she normally works at this time and hip checking hockey players at the hotel. So, it sure does. And I better quit drinking that big glass of water, because if not, I know one thing for sure. You drink this much water before bed? Anybody? Okay. If you don't know what happens when you drink this much water before bed, I strongly encourage you to do it sometime. This falls in the fuck around and find out category. Okay. Enough of me ranting about water. Good to see everybody. And, yeah. Good to be back. Good to be in the chair. Well, in the chair often. It's good to be talking. It's good to be talking to someone besides myself. I will say it that way. Oh, don't give the secret away, Kat. Sometimes things are better left unsaid. So, all right, I'm going to jump out of here. Yeah, so it's good to see everybody. See you. I can't say I'll see you next week because, you know, birthday and all that mess. So, probably not, but what's the week after that? Fair to September. Maybe. I think the kids go to school the next day, so we'll see. Thanks, Kat. Be well. Talk to you. Sightings on 18. I don't know if I know you from anywhere else, but it's good to see you tonight. If you want to find me, I'm on, God damn it, just search Malliard anywhere. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. God, you'll find me. So, to all of you, the rest of you that I didn't see, but I see, because I see the number up here. I need to clear my screen now. That's good. Anyways, good night all.